Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Joe Tougas.
Thanks, everyone. Be back. Sound system. No, I love being introduced in that way, like the mayor of Lower North Mankato. And I was thinking that if I actually do run for mayor of North Mankato, I'm going to announce it here. Yeah, I think that would be the best thing to do, mostly because the media, when they report on it, they have to say, you know, in this case, the TV anchors would be like, Tougas announced his candidacy at the Sunday night open mic comedy show at the Circle, and then they'll look at each other like, was he fucking with us? So, I got here on time. Barely. I was cooking a turkey that would not sit still. I know everybody says, no, you have to kill it first and feather it and all that business, but I thought, you can always get to that. And should try at first just to have it see things your way. I'm sort of taking the next step with the cruelty-free thing. It didn't work. But I am trying to get into the spirit a little bit. I've got my Christmas lights up. And inwardly as well, trying to be a little more, kinder, etc. And like, how many would agree that Facebook is a little ridiculous by and large? You know what I mean? It's like we all like, yeah. But now, how many also have that sort of awkward experience when you're on Facebook and you find something that actually is quite, dare I say, meaningful or touching, or like, oh, I never thought of this that way. And and it's a meme that somebody posts and it's not even their original thought or whatever, but at the same time. So this happened to me like a couple months ago, where it was like, to those of you who are rolling your eyes when people put out their Christmas lights a little too early for your tastes, keep in mind that some people live in a darkness psychologically year-round, and they may get really excited at seeing these literal lights twinkle on and off with a semblance of some sort of comfort and joy. So please keep in mind that the holidays are not all about you. And I read that, and I'm like, kind of moved by it, here on Facebook, and I checked to see, well, who posted that? And it was like, oh, that asshole. So I was back where I started. Yeah. What else is new? I have a lady friend. Haven't met her, but I'm glad that still gets laughs, because that's not going to be so unusual in a while. It's like the way we're going with things. But this is I'm so happy in this particular situation. She's really laid back. Not that I've always been attracted to like hyper ambitious, million miles an hour career people, and I'm just it's slower and it's nicer and it's more compatible, content. Like on Sunday mornings, she's absolutely content with going to the National House of Pancakes. And I don't know, a little bit of a romantic too. I find that have you been in relationships that maybe you would have been in a little less long if they didn't smell as good as they smell? She just smells so good, and specifically like the clothes she wears. And I asked very upright, like, hey, what detergent do you use? She said, Tide. And I'm like, oh, I use Tide. My clothes don't smell that great. Well, I have a fabric softener. It's called. And she showed me and it's texted me the fabric softener. So I went looking for it because I want to sort of have that scent of her around. And the fabric softener was called Downy Bliss. And I thought, does that come with a free copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover? Are those English majors supposed to be here this year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But in this, so in the relationship, I do get to or need to sort of work on the old attention span, which traditionally with myself has not been beyond, I don't know, 30 seconds. If you're telling me a story, for instance, that I know ahead of time does not involve me entering the picture.
Yeah.
It's about 30 seconds before Scotty just beams me up, you know, and leaves nothing but a nodding head and some pretty convincing eye contact. And I had this experience. I was reminded of this when I was on the phone. I had this prescription situation going on where I'm supposed to get these supplies or whatever, and I paid for them. I paid for this much, but only got this much. The doctor ordered, and so anyway, so I called the pharmacy. I said, "Hey, I paid for this much, only got a little bit," and they're like, "Well, that's an insurance issue." Okay, so I called Blue Cross. I'm like, explain the whole thing again. We're supposed to get these sort of on auto refill. It did auto, but it only gave me this much, etc. And they're like, they tell me that there's yet a third party involved. You know, they're like, well, all we do is cover the costs. With the people who determine what you're getting and how much you're getting, well, that's another number here. So I call that number. And so I get on them and I'm telling them what's going on. I'm not getting enough of the prescription, blah, blah, blah. And she says, she's really helpful, and she goes, oh, here it is, yeah. Well, it's only gonna give you, 6 refills of this at every like 2 months. And I go, okay, who's it? That's all I want to know. I just want to talk to whoever it is. And she goes, that's a good question. So she puts me on hold. And while I'm on hold, the whole music is like this bass band. And then this 6-string electric guitar. And I play guitar and I'm like interested in dipping my toe into the world of jazz. So I'm listening like, I'm like, whoa, that was like this chord from way up here, down here, and then he's messing around, and then the other way, and the bass is like, sir, what was your question? Totally, no idea what my question was. But my only question was, who was that? And she was great, right on. That was Wes Montgomery.